Oh, hey guys. Didn't hear you come down the driveway. Welcome to Friday. Um, we're having a driveway beer. It's raining, otherwise I'd be mowing the lawn. So, we're on day 13 of the riding challenge. Um, I'll get a little clip here of my mileage. I'm pretty sure I just hit 1500, like on the nose almost. Like 1501 or something like that. We should be about 30,100 on the odometer if anyone's keeping score. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about my trip coming up, and because I need to think through that a little bit. Maybe you guys can help me a little. I haven't really planned out exactly what I'm planning to do in the UP of Michigan. If you don't know, whenever I say UP, it's the Upper Peninsula UP of Michigan. So Michigan is this weird uh, state. It looks like your hands, and I'll put a map up right now to show you where I'm going, which is Tequamanon Falls. Um, Technology. So now you at least have reference to when I say Tequamanon Falls, the UP of Michigan, anything like that. Side note, the UP of Michigan is probably one of the most undertapped resources for adventuring, motorcycling, anything, hiking, camping, all of it. Wintertime, you want to go snowshoeing, snowmobiling, skiing, cross country skiing, ice fishing. I mean, all of it. Right? It's a outdoorsman's paradise. Anyway, so I am going to Quamanon Falls. I'm staying at a rustic campground. It's state park campground. It's just not at the main park. So I'll show you the technology up on the screen. And so what I haven't done is really planned out what I'm doing beyond just getting up there. So it's the 50th anniversary of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Uh, so I definitely want to go up to Whitefish Point, which is where the Shipwreck Museum. Obviously, if you know the Gordon Lightfoot song, you know if they had made Whitefish Bay, Whitefish Point, that's what they're referencing. So I haven't been there since I was a children's. My dad took us up there to Quamanon Falls. He took us all the way up to Whitefish Point, Sault Ste. Marie, not Sault, yeah, Sault Ste. Marie. We went on the canals and stuff. So this is reminiscent of that trip for me. So definitely want to get up to Whitefish Point. I haven't decided if I'm going to go over to the Sioux. I've been to the Sioux a few times when I was an adult. So it's a great little town, but I don't think there's much over there that I'm going to get into. So I might head into Pictured Rocks. If there's any places in the Pictured Rocks you guys can think of to specifically visit. I've spent some time there, but not a ton of time there. Um, so Pictured Rocks going over to Munising. I'm seriously considering taking a good part of a day and riding to Wisconsin at the border just to say I've been in 4 states for the riding challenge. It's not that far, so that might be a fun ride one of the days. But if you guys can think of anything kind of in the central UP, eastern UP that you guys done or maybe you guys want to do, throw it in the comments down below. Um, I'm not the type of person to plan out a whole vacation in advance. I think when you run it on a schedule, it kind of ruins the whole idea of a vacation. But I digress. So I'm gonna get the V-Strom tomorrow. We're gonna do a little bit of maintenance on it. I want to change the sprockets and the chain. The rear sprocket, especially lately, is really worn down. I had the chain a little loose, to be fair, and that might have been a part of it. I've been riding, an okay amount of dirt this year and last year, so I'm not too shocked that the rear sprocket's worn down. The chain seems fine. Front sprocket seems fine to me. So, but we're gonna change that. I have it already. I bought it at the beginning of the year, and I probably should have just changed it then. So I digress. Do a bolt check. I'm probably gonna just clean it up a little bit. I think I just did an oil change at the beginning of the season. Now that I think about it, so I don't really need to do an oil change, but we're gonna knock that out hopefully in the morning, fairly quickly, and then I would like to work on the Magna tomorrow as well. So if I get the chain on the V-Strom, we get the a bolt check done. Just make sure that's ready to go. I mean, obviously I'm going to ride it another few hundred miles at least before I leave for the UP, but I want to be able to do that before. Then we'll work on the Magna hopefully a little bit after I get just some miles in tomorrow. I'll be honest, I don't want to say take a day off because that's not me. In terms of mileage, take kind of a day off. I might only go like 50 miles tomorrow, which would be the least amount I've ridden any day of the month so far. So then hopefully Sunday, either Alec is going to come down here from Grand Rapids and we're going to do some dirt riding, and then I'll just get some mileage in, or I'll pivot and just get some mileage in. I probably should just look and see how far Illinois border is, and maybe I can just knock Illinois off too and say I've done all those states for the riding challenge. But anyway, so that's kind of my plan. That's kind of what's coming up. Yeah. I'll be honest, I can't really think of much else. I'd say so far, 13 days into the riding challenge, I can definitely tell it's a workout in comparison to what I'm used to, which the beautiful Honda Accord right next to me is my typical daily driver. I tend to commute less, so this thing has only been driven maybe 50 miles tops this month, and the V-Strom's been seeing all of it, which has been fun. I've been planning to do a 30-day challenge for at least a little while, right? So this was kind of just perfect opportunity to jump into it and do it, and it's been a lot of fun. Honestly, today I ran into a little bit of rain on my way home, hence why I'm not mowing the lawn. But to be fair, most of the days that even called for weather really didn't come to fruition, so we'll call it luck a little bit. I'm probably going to run out of luck here soon. So there's probably going to be at least one day that I'm riding and it's just going to be miserable in the rain. But hopefully it's not on my trip. So I think for the rest of the month, the goal is going to be to get to the UP, get those miles on, and then basically the last few days of the month, because I'll be back like the 24th, 23rd, 24th, I have off. So hopefully I can at least knock in some good miles on that day. But that last weekend of the month, going to have to, I think, try to make it a pretty big weekend in terms of mileage in comparison to what I have been doing on average. So I think this whole riding challenge is more of a game of averages than it is necessarily a game of who can just go the farthest. It's the tortoise and the hare, I think, right? I think it's more if you can get the miles in every day consistently and get them racked up, you're going to win over someone who's only able to put in a few miles and then try to mix it up on the weekend, right? So that's my hypothesis. Anyway, I think I've rambled along enough for you guys for today to get this video out. So just think about my camping trip coming up here in another week-ish. Or in a week, I'll be in the UP. Look forward to a couple videos coming out in the next couple days on the V-Strom and the Magna. Some actual content, not just me talking at you guys, talking head video, driveway beer, my podcast. And yeah, thanks for being here. Do all the like, commenting, and subscribing stuff down below, and I appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Appreciate anyone who's watching. As always, let me know down below what you might want to see. Maybe something I should do, a place to go, a beer to drink, something, right? Let's start having a conversation. Let's start building a little bit of a community, and let's expand the Moleverse a little bit more. So, cheers. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye, Buell. Support my career. Thank you and good night. $15.01.1 $31.53 on the odometer. All right, guys. Thanks.